Hey guys, Doc here. So last week I was missing a couple of books. So I went and had another shop besides my normal LCS order them, and they finally came in. So we're going to start by doing Void Rivals issue number 20. All right. Here you still have Robert Kirkman as writer, Connor Hughes is the new artist, and Patricio Del Pech is the colorist. So we pick up here with Dalek and Salila is trying to preach unity, because that's kind of where the story is going now, is that Dalek has gone back and seen his father, and his father has convinced him that unity may not be the best way. Dalek has always thought that his father was pretty much nuts. He said, I don't understand. And in the last issue, his father brought him into the, Sanctum Sanctorum kind of thing, and was explaining, this is why unity is bad, son. So he tries to pit Dalek and Salila against each other in a fight to the death. Instead, he ends up having his guards attack her, and Dalek does defend his father. He said, I'm not going to have you kill him. And she said, I don't want to fight you, but I'm sorry, the stakes are too high. I'm going to have to break my promise to you again. And so they fight for just a little while. Meanwhile, we've got Skuxoid, who we thought was dead in the last issue, but now we see that he's, being reborn through different bodies, through clone bodies. And none of these bodies are exactly perfect, but they're all searching for the prime body so that they can, be one and be whole. Hang on a minute, guys. Sorry, I had to scratch my hand, and I had my phone in my other hand. So what we've got is a convergence of the story of Salila and Dalek. Then we have the leader of the opposing army, Zalalak the Great, who's now stood, and he says, I understand that unity is my new purpose. You also have the Junkions with Arconus. So you've got four distinct storylines going on at once, but you get this really cool amount of story for the price that you're paying. You get to see unity or not unity. Lord Zalalak is back in the mix after being gone for a while. You got Skuxoid trying to pull himself together, literally. And then you've got the Junkians and Acronus trying to literally put his armor back together. Kirkman has woven his own story in with the world of Void Rivals and created something extremely special here. So I'm happy to have the chance to read it and go over it. And I can't wait to see where he's building up to, because it's Robert Kirkman. He's got to have something that is going to be huge in issue 25. Just like when he and Dan Mora take over Transformers with issue 25. Do you think it's going to be a snooze fest? I think not. So Void Rivals, absolutely amazing. All right, next up we have the finale of The Mummy by Faith Erin Hicks and Lee Lowridge. And I've really enjoyed this. This is a story of Helen back in the 1920s trying to find herself. She is the reincarnation of the lover of Imhotep, the mummy, who looks like that, but he doesn't really look like that. Instead, he looks like this. Ardith Bay. So, in this story, you get the freeing of Helen from the princess who loves Ardith Bay, but realizes that the loss of Helen's life is not worth it. She says, this isn't love, this is murder. You're murdering Helen in order for me to live again. And I can't okay that. I can't be okay with that. I have to stand up for Helen, and Helen's not even had a chance to live. So she finally breaks loose mentally and kind of goes on the astral plane. Meanwhile, we have these two breaking in. Ardith Bay is attacking them. Death is but a doorway to new life. We live today, we shall live again. And Ankh es Enamun, the princess, has decided that it's up to Helen to live her own life and to be happy. And really, at the end of the day, what else can you hope for? That you find somebody that you love, somebody that supports you, and you support them, and you create this whole life together. And if you are the reincarnation of somebody else, then how are you supposed to live the life that you are destined to live if you're going to be this other version of you? Hopefully that's not too confusing. You've got to be the current you to be fully alive. You can't look back in the mirror. You can't say what if. You can't do any of those things. Instead, you have to say, you know what? This is my life right now, 2025. I loved you once upon a time, but I have to love myself now. And in order to love myself, I have to live. I have to go out there and explore. I have to expand my own horizons. And that's the only way that I can be me. And that's really how all of us live each and every day. It's not selfish. It's just the fact that you don't have to kill the new you to be true to who you have been all these years before, or even who you feel like you might have been in a previous life, if you believe in that sort of thing. All right, 2 more books to go, guys. We've got the second issue of Sleep by Xander Cannon. Here in the first issue, we got Jonathan, and it's kind of like Beneath the Trees, where nobody sees, except Jonathan's not sure that he's the killer, whereas the main character in the other book knew where she stood. So Jonathan is trying to suss things out. He sees the youth pastor. It looks like he's been in an automobile accident. And then he wakes up and he has to go to work. I don't know that I like the art style in this book as much as I thought I would. It's very cartoony, but not... I don't know. It's got its own style, and you can tell who the characters are from one character to the next. It's not that it doesn't have anything going for it, but it's almost a little bit too Courage the Cowardly Dog, Mom and Pop for my enjoyment. You almost don't get sucked into the world, because a lot of rooms, they have some detail. Sorry guys, Pepper was trying to get Percy, and Percy's trying to hide over here by me. But you get some details, and especially you get Red, and Red, really pops for Jonathan, like his glasses, other people's glasses. So you see the red glasses drawn on here. But he's trying to talk to his friend Tabby, and he's like, Tabby, I think there's something wrong with me. I think when I fall asleep, something happens, and it's not good. So he's trying to talk to her, and then she's like, I got to work late today, and I was out with this guy late last night, so I'm really going to need to let you go. Let me talk to you tomorrow. Somebody paints the word punishment on his house, spray paints it on what's left of his house. And so he ends up saying, I've got to do what I've got to do to get put in jail to try to protect people. And so at the end of the day, he gets put in jail. So you still don't know, as the reader, you don't know whether he's full of it, whether he's thinking he's a murderer and he's not. So it's really intriguing to try to figure out what exactly is Jonathan. Is he crazy because he thinks he's killing people? Is he really a serial killer and he doesn't know? What triggered this? What caused him to be this way is the next question that you get after that. Was there some sort of trauma in his life that pushed him to these murders? If it is indeed him. So, really looking forward to issue 3 when it comes out. And Xander Cannon is just getting better and better with each issue. All right, and the last book that I picked up is the Seasons issue 5. And we've got Summer and Spring, who are both at this big, giant carnival, and the carnival is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Summer is stuck looking in this mirror. And in the last issue, we learned that if you look in that mirror, it's almost like the pool of Narcissus back in the Greek mythos, that he looked at himself in the mirror, and in the reflection of the pool, until he died, because he's like, oh, I'm so pretty, so hot, all the girls are gonna want me. Okay, yeah, but you gotta eat, Slick. You gotta work out a little bit. You gotta get some exercise. You can't just stare into the pool until you die. Then none of the girls are gonna want you unless they're into necrophilia, and that just ruins the whole thing. So, just really digging this story because it still has that Winsor McKay, Little Nemo type of feeling, but you've also got this family connection. You've got these 4 sisters. You do get to finally see, let's see, you finally get to see Mom and Dad. And that's all I'm going to show you. But I will say that by the end, the one sister that we haven't talked about yet, and I'm not going to say who that is, but the one sister that we haven't seen yet or talked about in these videos finally shows up. But is she working for the bad guys? Dun, dun, dun. Who knows? Who knows? But you know what? I got a feeling we're going to find out when issue 6 of the Seasons rolls around. So, thanks for joining me, guys, for this short little haul video. This is really just picking up some books that I missed out on a few weeks ago. To be honest, I'm kind of miffed because some of this Diamond, Lunar, Penguin, Random House, all this foolishness is starting to affect how I get some of my books. I had to read Conan digitally this time because it hasn't shown up in any physical shops that I've got around me. And this time I'm just going to be cheap. I'm not paying full price plus shipping on eBay just so that I can have a copy of it. But as soon as I do get my hands on a physical copy of Conan issue 22, I will do a quick review on that one because I love what Jim Zub and Dagnino and company are doing with that book. So thanks again for joining me, guys. Catch you in the next video. If you have not, please like and subscribe to these videos. Help the algorithm, help my channel. Let's keep growing so that I can continue to bring you these awesome, fun, educational, hopefully educational videos.